Hi everyone, Ruthie Renee with Quantum Field Trips. Thanks for joining me today. I want to take some time to go through my actual Create Your Reality course so that you can, if you're a visual person and an audio person like me, you can see what is in there and hear a little bit about it. And you don't have to scroll through the website to read all about it. It's just easier for me, so I think there might be people that it's easier for you too. Here's the landing page for my course. And actually, I'll pop this up right now. We do still have just a few places left for the first 20 people that sign up right now within this last week of September. What is it? September 2023. Get a free one-on-one session with me. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down just to show you what is actually in the course. This is a course that will teach you self-hypnosis, but there's so much more to that. No, that's not there yet. Keep going, keep going. Okay, so if you want to, there's more reading if you want to read on your own, but I'm just going to show you what the pieces in the course are. Okay, so in the beginning, we're going to learn the foundations of hypnosis. In this module, we're not only going to learn the basics of how the brain works, but specifically we're focusing on your relationship with yourself, how you perceive yourself in this world, in the reality that you are in as you see it now. So not the reality that you're actually in, because our clear truth reality versus what we perceive our reality to be are two different things. Even though I just held up 4 fingers, they're 2 different things, and sometimes 4 or 5 or 10 different things. But so that we have a solid starting place, this first week, module 1 is all about getting your feet centered and grounded first before you start creating. And in there, I tell a story about why I do things, why I have set the modules up this way. I'm not going to get into that right now, but I want you to just trust me that I've been doing this for a long time. And so I have it set in succession for a reason and for a purpose, and it's for your benefit. That's all you need to know. Now, with module 2, we're going to learn about goal setting, and there's a guided meditation in there. There's guided meditations all the way along. But before you're like, another goal setting thing, bleh. I don't care what your goal is. I don't think it matters, but it is important that you have a goal, not as much to achieve the goal as it is for the process of you moving forward and working on attaining a goal is going to really benefit how you let's see, it's going to pull up your junk. So basically we all have triggers. Triggers are your benefit, whether you believe it or not. Triggers are so your benefit. So recognizing them for what they are and being able to move through them and correct the old programming or where you have been hypnotized in the past. So there's a huge clue. A huge majority of the hypnosis is not hypnotizing you to believe anything, but it's seeing clearly and dehypnotizing you from the programs that have already been created that are not helpful anymore and are not absolute truth, like truth with a big T. And so seeing those for what they are and being able to remove them is just so much easier if you have a goal that's a little bit scary, stretches you out of that comfort zone. That's when the triggers come up left and right so that you can grow, right? Okay, so that's all the module 2. Module 3 is the power of language. So much of what we believe and perceive is based on what we tell ourselves and what we choose to listen to that other people tell ourselves, and the power of the language in creation. Okay, that's with affirmations, affirmations, script therapy, uh, meditations. They're just language and how we perceive it. There's just so much to it. So we have an entire week. Module 3 is all about language and how that works either for you or against you. And if it's against you, we're going to just shift it. It's very simple. Everything in this course is simple. That doesn't mean it's easy. There are quite a few exercises that will feel hard because they pull up uncomfortable things so that you can, like, it's like maybe you found out you have what are those things that a tapeworm? What if you found out you had a tapeworm? Ugh, that was like one of the grossest things in my mind that I can imagine. I've heard horror stories of how you pull them out of your throat and they grow and the parasite. But as gross as it is to get rid of it, it's an even grosser, more disturbing thought that, ooh, I have that inside of me. I don't have tapeworm, by the way. But sometimes our programs, the lies that we've held on to, the trauma that we're still holding on to, that's holding us back and holding us in that victim mode, just the process of releasing that and taking back your power moves you miles and miles forward down the road to where you want to be. So, yeah, simple exercises, but we're going to just be okay with the discomfort of the figurative tapeworms that we're pulling out. Okay. The next is embracing our emotions and really understanding our emotions. Whatever you think you know about emotions, we're going to deep dive into a little bit more detail and spinning our perception of what they are and how they're beneficial, just like language. Is it helping me? Is it harming me? And how can I get to a place of improvement? So this is important. Even if you think you understand all the emotions, it's still important. Listen it 2 times. All of these modules are just about all of them. I have some PDFs and journaling prompts and things like that, and activities, but most of them are video modules, and you can hit 2 times the speed if you're like, oh, I know all this. So yeah, there's that option. Okay, then we dive into our self-hypnosis tools and methods, not until module 5 and 6. Why? Because it's so important that you get the foundation first. And you'll hear about a couple of stories of clients in the past who, like, you take the course or the book or the YouTube video or whatever on manifestation, and you start to bring all these things into your life that you think you want. And then sadly, you find out that you've created this whole thing that is not helpful for you. Why? Because you didn't clean up the thought processes in your head, the damaging belief systems in the first place. So you're creating from a skewed perspective, if that makes sense. It's the idea that, like, so what is the first thing people want when they learn how to create? I want to be rich. I want all the money. And so what happens if you create and mass a lot of wealth without cleaning up some maybe patterns of selfishness? Well, then you're going to use that wealth in a way that's not actually moving you forward in life to become the person that you were meant to be, that you always have been. But we have all of these programs and masks and things shielding us from being who we want to be. That's a whole lot of blah, 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 blah to just say, trust me. Trust me. You need the foundation before you start the creation. And in this module, there are I share at least 4 off the top of my head, maybe 5 or 6 tools and methods specifically with self-hypnosis, and along with a few other things. One being, are you even ready to accept that you can move into a space of your hypnosis on your own? tip, side note bar, you do it all day long. I promise you. And you'll learn that in the very beginning. We talk about all of the states of hypnosis and how you have been living hypnotized for a wide majority of your life and you don't even know it. So understanding and dehypnotizing yourself to what the world wants, the agenda of the outside, seeing through that so that you can consciously decide what you want to believe in your reality. Okay, so that's modules 5 and module 6, visualization. Visualization, whether you whether you think you got it or you don't, or you struggle with it or you hate it, it doesn't even matter. The way I teach visualization is pretty general and easy. Again, everything I do is simple. If it's crazy difficult and you have to stand on your head and hold your breath and fold your second toe under and chant 12, I won't say what I think that is, but it's maybe it'll get you there or not. I'm not worried about it. I want to do what is simple in my life, or I'm not going to do it. And so the way I teach is very simple tools so that anybody can immediately start practicing it and find success. And then finally, we're going to get to the transformation. Transformation is what we're after, right? And within this transformation, the release to be able to, the whole egg to a butterfly. There's so many different transformations and transitions within the transformation, and it keeps going. It's cyclical. Just as soon as you think, oh, I've arrived, I'm flying, then you enter another stage. And we have so many different transitional transformation stages in our life cycle. So seeing these pieces and parts and being able to recognize it and soften and being gentle with yourself when you're aware that you're moving through one of these transitions is key. So that's where we end. And then there's some bonuses. We have the rules of the mind. These are as they've been taught by master hypnotist and trainer Gil Boyne. And then I just give my 2 cents in a number of these videos, because understanding how your brain works is going to help you in your patterns and in your life as you recognize, oh, it's just the way it is. And it's totally okay and right. I'm a normal human. And then we also have universal laws. There are so many universal laws, and these aren't rules that, like, well, some of the other ones you could from Gil Boyne you could talk about as universal laws as well. But these are things like the law of gravity. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not, it's just there. And you're going to either understanding so you can use it for you, or you're going to keep knocking up against it because these universal laws are there, period, anyway. So you might as well understand them so that you can then move into a space of using them. Just like gravity, the Wright brothers wanted to fly. Well, that's against gravity for humans, but they understood the laws so that they could use them for the trajectory of being able to lift and hold the plane above and despite the laws of gravity. Okay, so I hope that is a little bit easier for you to understand. This course is for just about everyone. It's easy to understand, and but it's not for everyone. It's for the person who is willing and ready. Maybe I'll share that video here. Just the readiness, you're ready when you've had enough. Enough is enough of the way you are in life. The pain of staying stuck is worse than the fear of moving forward. There's a whole lot of little things, but because you're watching this video, if you're ready to take responsibility for the work that it takes to free yourself from all the chains and binds of the past. So individuals seeking transformation, a transformative, positive shift in their lives, those weary of feeling adrift and yearning for control. Now, this isn't control of other people. You don't have control of other people. You only have control of you. So this is yearning for more control in your life, more stability. Curious minds eager to understand the intricacies of human cognition. That's fun. uh, that's just me. I'm a forever learner, and I love to study the mind. And then I share with people that are curious and want to listen, or maybe you have a 9 to 5, so you don't have time to deep dive study into all of these different forms. And so I do it for you. And then I share the easy version, like 5th grade version, 4th grade version, maybe. Anyone who's ever pondered their own actions or words, wondering, why did I react this way? Oh my gosh, this is where it began, was when I showed up at a dentist office, ended up holding a pillow, crying, wanting my dead mother and teddy bear who'd been burned in a fire, and so completely embarrassed how I acted under the anesthesia because of the dental trauma that I experienced as a child. That is what led me to say, enough is enough. I've got to figure out how to manage and control my own mind and thoughts and behaviors. If you're feeling that way, this course is for you. Lifelong learners, just like I said, like I'm a lifelong learner. If you're one of those, I'd love for you to join me and glean what I have to offer. Visionaries enthralled by the endless realm of possibilities, because there are so many possibilities. We just have to understand the very few basic elements of the brain and our life and our body, and how we get the most of what we're putting into life. Dreamers aiming for a more expansive outlook on life. Okay, I'm going to also add outlook on life, but also dreamers aiming for more benefits, more beauty, for more love, more healing, more all of the things, all of the beautiful things. Dreamers who want more out of life, period. This is for you. And proactive souls ready to own their past, shape their present, and architect their future. Secure your journey here. So that's where you will click. I'm going to just put this link where you can just dive into, read all the things. If you like to read all the things, I'll put this in here so you can read more in the comments. And that's it in a nutshell. Now, the reason I'm sharing the basics of the course in its entirety is because we're about to launch our master classes. Once you have the course material, the basic course material, then you get to choose into joining my master classes monthly. Now, this is where we take some concepts that I share in the course or things that I've learned since creating the course, and we do a deep dive lesson portion into that. And then the second half of the class is open to anybody that shows up for coaching, for Q&A, for like, how does this work? Like, I love this module, but I just don't get, and I've even looked at it, blah, blah, whatever the questions are, or implementing, what do I do when I want to be this way and I feel so good, and then my spouse comes home and they think what I'm doing is ridiculous and unnecessary. And so then we have that clash. So there's all kinds of things that come up, and some of the best moments, teaching moments and receiving moments are when we come together as students, and I include myself in that because I learn from the whole process as well. I'm so grateful for those that show up. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, get in right now while it's such a great deal. But also, when you purchase that Create Your Reality course, you get a lifetime membership. Now, this is only until the end of September 2023, September 30th. If you sign up by the end of September 30th, you will automatically get lifetime membership into my website, into all the other classes. All the master classes are free for you. Now, courses and coaching and those are separate, of course, but any master classes that go along with this course, you will be automatically invited to at no charge. So I hope that sounds great to you. Click the link, learn more, sign up, join us in the group, become a creator, and create a reality that you can't wait to wake up to every day. Have a great day, every guy. Every guy? How about everyone?